Hi, this is Jan Mason with a book review for BookTube, Spotify, and other podcasts. Innocencia, a novel by Emily Murphey, is set in the past. It follows a young peasant girl at the dawn of the 20th century in Mexico, and the circumstances that may have led to her becoming the author's grandmother. It is a story that the author, in the preface, tells us that her father attempted to write but never completed. In writing this novel, Murphy presents the reader with a world that, in its details, is all-encompassing. Reading this novel brought to mind the words of Monique Wittig. Make an effort to remember, or failing that, invent. Wittig was an important French author and philosopher, especially known in the 1960s and 70s for her work in lesbian feminism. In the preface of Innocencia, Murphy begins by telling the reader, "The darkness gave my father sight. The darkness of having brown skin, of a family that originated south of the border." Later in the preface, Murphy tells the reader, "These were the elements of my legacy, and yet they were denied, concealed, sanitized. For a time, it seems, that the birth of a generation of children with light skin might accomplish the feat of enduring law forever. But this wasn't to be." The story of Innocencia, the name of the only daughter who saved her family by becoming the concubine, the possession of a wealthy man in a small village in Mexico, is therefore a story about the roots of civilization and how important it is to uncover and reclaim the strength in the lives that went before us. Murphy tells us that story in complete, compelling, and believable detail. Innocencia, whose name works on multiple levels, is a devout girl from a religious family. And one scene early on, Innocencia's father pays homage to an image of the Virgin of Guadalupe on the wall of his home. The older man bows slightly before an image of the Virgin of Guadalupe hanging above the bed. He gazed lovingly at the downcast eyes and praying hands of La Morenita, who holds all Mexicans in her care. In the picture, Christ's mother was surrounded by an aura of blazing light and held aloft by a cherub, supporting her upon a crescent moon. Her image, first seen in the miraculous vision, never failed to stir and Vesuvius, Innocencia's father, heart, a sense of awe and humility. Innocencia is in many ways saved, no pun intended, by her strong faith in secretly learning to read. Her family's priest, who's secretly gay, but who has found a home in his calling, and an older nun who understands an essential's plight because she escaped her own tortured fate as a Mormon girl who escaped a polygamous betrothal in northern United States to an older man who also happened to be her uncle. Innocencia is a complex novel, but worth a read, especially in light of the ongoing mistreatment of girls and women, and the mistreatment of the people known as immigrants. It addresses marginalization. Innocencia is also a novel that would be of interest to the LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, transgender, and queer community. Reading Innocencia by Emily Murphey, I was reminded that the past and present are not only connected, but are often interchangeable. As I turned the pages, I also thought about the fact that we all come from somewhere. This is China Mason with the reviews for BookTube, Spotify, and other podcasts.